Hi, this is Roy Worley. Welcome to the interview show that brings on guests from all walks of life. Yeah, it's here that they tell their stories and delve a little deeper into their lives to see what got them where they are. So grab a drink, have a seat, and relax, because this is the Leo Effect.
When was the last time a short movie shook your emotions to the core? When was the last time a short movie caused you to rethink everything you stood for? When was the last time a short movie made you proud to be an American? When was the last time you felt the emotion to stand up and cheer after a short movie? The new short movie, I've Got Your Six, written and directed by Bill Foster, one of the industry's newest and fastest climbing directors, will answer all of those questions. Rarely has there been so much packed into a short movie that when you leave, you'll feel more proud of our American military veterans. A movie that was cast only with American military veterans will have you on the edge of your seat, cheering for our veterans and what makes America great. I've Got Your Six will be hitting the film festival scene soon. Be prepared to drop what you're doing and go see this powerful movie when it comes to your area.
Been thinking about you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Leo Effects. Now, today I'm joined by a very special guest. I don't know if you stuck around or if you skipped over it, but that song that you just heard there at the beginning, or the clip of the song, I should say, is from her new single. And we're going to talk about that and figure out more about the details behind it. But please allow me to introduce my guest for this evening, the singer and half of the songwriting of that song. Darja, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. So let's kind of jump right into this. Now, you are a musical talent. You write, you sing, do you produce your own music, or do you have a team that does that for you?
I work with different producers. I produce my own music as far as playing my songs on the piano.
Okay.
So when I write my songs, I actually write at the piano. But in terms of full production, full electronic production, I am not a professional there at all. That is something I leave up to my partners that are amazing at it. I feel like it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you've got a really good team behind you because, from the music video that I watched on YouTube, which I'll put a link in the description of the podcast, like that was just it was great. You've got an awesome voice. Your lyrics are amazing. Like just everything about
Thank
it was awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, like that song came together in one of the most amazing collaborations I've done so far. It was me and DJ Alvin Anthony who got together one afternoon in New York City, and we wrote this song in a matter of 2 hours. We just played some chords and let the inspiration flow, and sometimes things just happen when you get together with another creative in the room, and it was a beautiful collaboration. And then once we wrote the song, through Instagram, an amazing production team found me there in Colombia. They actually found me through Instagram and said, "Hey, do you need production for one of your songs at the moment?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they did production and another collaboration, this is something I love about social media, by the way. Something that it's just so beautiful how many collaborations I've been able to do that were successful and beautiful in the end.
Yeah.
And that's how Thinking About You came about. Yeah.
Yeah, and you said DJ Alvin Anthony, and he's with Mercy Sound Studios, right, out of New York City.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's also where you filmed the music video for Thinking About You, right?
Exactly. Like my dream, like I've moved to New York City a long time ago, but the first time I ever came here, I was like 12 years old. And there's something about New York City that I just fell in love with it. And even back then, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to live here one day. And that was always on my mind. So when I finally made the move, I was dreaming of having New York City as the backdrop for a music video. And that was my homage to New York City. Yeah,
Mm.
like it was very interesting because we filmed it in November of last year, right before the pandemic hit. And yeah, now this video feels like almost a love letter to New York City, and I can't wait for it to open back up again. It just feels so weird to see these empty streets, and I don't know, it just boggles my mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, when we were filming the video, of course, it was hustling and bustling as usual. Um, and New York City is just one of those cities that is magical in every sense of the way. Like it will make you or break you. It will inspire you or fire you. I don't know. It really is up to you to what you make of it being here. It's a huge city with a lot of people with a lot of dreams and aspirations. And yeah, I mean, thinking about you is actually more of a like it's a song about a relationship that I feel like happens a lot in big cities like New York City, where there's so much choice, so many options on every corner, and you're in this relationship and you're not sure are you right for each other, and you're young, you're creative, you want to get places, and what's do you love this person enough? Does this person love you enough to make it to the very end? And I
Mm.
felt like New York City is the perfect setting to tell that story.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, New York City is an amazing place for sure. And was that hard to film with all those people around and everything?
Well, I don't know if you saw that one moment where a pedestrian walked into it and started dancing with me. I
Yeah.
thought that was such an, such an iconic moment for New York. Like, it wasn't hard in the sense that I'm used to being on stage, so I'm used to interacting with an audience. And I feel like there's also a lot of tourists that are expecting to see things. And at some point, we're surrounded by some very cute Asian tourists filming us and taking pictures, and that comes with the territory of what I do. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful to be able to bring people joy. So that was really, really cool for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was
that
actually
is.
fun. Nothing difficult about it.
Well, good. Now, speaking of difficult though, how are you getting by with, everything that's going on right now with the pandemic? Are you still able to do anything, or have you kind of been sidelined?
Well, it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie. Where do I start? I mean, lucky for me, I'm kind of in the sidelines in terms of uh, logistically speaking. I live in New Jersey, so I'm not right in the center of the
Oh.
pandemic as it is right now in Manhattan, for example. But yeah, I mean, there's when you release a new single, usually you go gig, you perform it. But I tend to make the most of situations, so I just started live streams. I performed the song on a live stream. That was really fun, and you get to see people that you'd never see, right? They're like all over the world, and they can just join your live stream, and that's so cool.
It is, yeah.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, no, I've been doing my best to keep up the artistry from my home, but obviously I can't wait for the city to open up again and be in touch with my audience properly.
Absolutely. I can totally relate with that. Like, it's got to be just so hard as somebody who likes to get out there and entertain to have to be locked away like you are. So I'm proud of your perseverance.
Thank you. Where are you located, by the way?
I am in upstate New York. I am
Ah,
way out in the
awesome.
woods.
Nice. So you're also isolated. Nice.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep. So, what made you decide to become a musical artist in the first place?
Um, this was kind of shaped and formed with me from the very, very beginning. I was 4 years old when I started performing as a rhythmic gymnast in Latvia. So I grew up dancing to music, basically dancing very hard choreography with music. I don't know. Have you ever seen rhythmic gymnastics? It's the gymnastics with the ribbons and the balls and
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
right? So that's what I was doing for a long time. And in Latvia back in the day, this was taken very seriously. I was training every day from 3 to 8 p.m. So it wasn't like a hobby. It was like a, training for to get to the Olympics one day.
Oh, wow.
Um, so yeah, I was a professional performer from the very beginning. So the transition to music was so natural, and I was always making up songs and singing. And at some point, I think I was like 12, my parents heard me sing, and they thought I have potential. And I was lucky enough that they decided to support me in that and get me vocal lessons and piano lessons, and I was able to just grow as an artist from as long as I can remember.
All
Yeah.
right. That's awesome. I mean, so your parents obviously supported your decision to become an artist and kind of leave the gymnastics behind.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I still gotta, for us, it was very important. Like for me and for my parents or for my family, it was important that I have a safety net. So I did went and got a college degree in international relations, but the
Oh,
artist lived beside it. Like when I was in London studying, I was studying at the London School of Economics. I actually went and did Pop Idol at the same time in the UK. So it
I
was always
see.
like, you know, artistry never left me. It's part of me. That's just a very ingrained part of me.
Cool. Did you sing for people and perform when you were in college for like your college mates, or did you kind of keep it a secret that you had that talent?
Well, I think a lot of them saw me on Pop Idol.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't really like put it in their faces. Like I didn't walk around with a sign that I can sing. But yeah, I think a lot of people knew that I'm a singer, and yeah, just through my participation in there.
Right on. Right on. Well,
Yeah.
how would you describe your genre of music?
Mm, well, it's interesting because I write different types of genres, I feel like at the moment, because like thinking about you is a very cool kind of groovy electro pop house track.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I write my own songs like alone, not in collaborations, more dark pop, like indie pop that's a little bit grungy and yeah, a little bit more dark. So I kind of like oscillate between two genres, I would say at the moment.
Okay. And with having two different genres kind of going simultaneously, if you will, like what's
Yeah.
your process for creating a song? I know you said you sit down at the piano, but do you just
Hmm.
like start playing and then put lyrics to it, or do you start singing and put the music to it?
Right. You know what? It really sometimes it's just me sitting down playing some chords and the melody comes.
Mm.
Sometimes I have these things where I will wake up in the middle of the night with a melody in my head, and I'm like, I immediately jump up and record it on my phone.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
sometimes things where I'm dreaming it. So that's always very cool and exciting to me, because then the next day I'm like listening back to it and seeing if it's actually good. But yeah, and sometimes somebody will say something and it would be a lyric, and I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea for a song. Um, yeah, but I think my favorite process is when I actually sit down at the piano, play chord progression, and just let it come to me. That's the beauty of when I'm writing and I'm in the zone, something just comes. It's almost like out of nowhere. So
Okay. That's really all. That's wild. Like just kind of waking up in the middle of the night with this melody in your head. I don't have that, so that's cool to me.
yeah, like usually that happens when I'm really in the writing zone and just my brain just, I guess, keeps working in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anybody that you'd really like to team up with sometime?
Oh man, I would love to team up with the producers of Ellie Goulding. I love her style. I love her lyrics. I even love her performances, like in a sense how she sets it up and plays the drums, and I don't know, she's so cool to me. Like I'd love to work with her entire team. Well, and her personally as well, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That'd be fun to do, I think, to team up with somebody you really idolize and just kind of the two
yeah.
of you would jive perfectly, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that would be an absolute dream come true.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you have any talents that you might your fans might not know about?
Huh. Um, I'm not sure if they don't know about it. I don't often post anything about it, but I do paint. I love
Oh,
painting. If I
right
have time, I
on.
like, yeah, I do acrylic paint. I studied it in like before university. I studied painting in school,
Cool.
and yeah, I love it. It's like one of my creative outlets.
Absolutely. What do you paint? Just like still life or just whatever comes into your mind?
I love still life and I love nature. Like my favorite thing to paint, I think, is beautiful nature. Like I actually love photography as well. So whenever we travel somewhere, I take my camera with me and I take photography of beautiful sceneries, and then I usually try and create a painting out of it, like
Ah.
to paint.
Have you
Mm,
ever like do you just do that for yourself or have you ever tried to like sell these things or
I've never been inspired to sell my art. It's kind of like I've been gifting it. I've been gifting it to very special people.
wow.
Um, haven't tried to sell it yet. I don't know.
Okay.
Giving me ideas.
Well, if one of your masterwork paintings ends up in my recording studio, I wouldn't be angry about that.
All right, I'll keep it in mind.
That's awesome. So, where do you think you would be if being a musician hadn't have worked out for you?
For the longest time, I wanted to study psychology. I, at some point, really wanted to be a psychologist and
Okay.
help people get through difficult moments in life. And yeah, like I may have become a psychologist.
That's fair.
um,
Do you have anything that's coming up soon that you want people to know about?
yes, I will be releasing my next single called Surrender.
Mm.
Uh, I'm secretly still debating if I want to try and create a music video for it. I'm kind of trying to gauge the situation with the pandemic and to see if I should just try and do something with my phone
Oh, yeah.
or safe enough to invite a videographer, maybe film me at distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind of listening to the news and listening to what people are saying, and I feel like there's so much information out there where it's like our masks helping? Should we be wearing masks? Oh, it doesn't help at all. Like there's so much different information that I'm just like, okay, I'm better safe than sorry. I'm just gonna stay put until officials tell me that it's safe now. But at the same time, I feel like things have become a bit more relaxed here in New Jersey. Things are starting to open up again, but again at a distance and slowly, pick up and like drive-bys and things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Well, what is
Wait.
surrender about?
Oh, surrender is well. I think a lot of people will interpret it as a song about love. But it's a song about feeling unhappy. It's actually an emotion. I was experiencing an emotion where I was very unhappy. This was like maybe 4 years ago, where I felt very unhappy where I was in my life, and I was feeling very negative towards all the things that I thought that I don't have. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, where you feel a lack of things
Mm-hmm.
instead of grateful for what I had, I was experiencing an extreme feeling of lack. And so that feeling turned into a song. I decided to let that fuel the song. And, like the first sentence is, like the roots of a dying tree, you've grown into me. So that feeling, that disgusting feeling that eats you out from inside, just,
God.
grew into me and is trying to eat me alive, because it's such a, like, when you are in a downward negative spiral, it's really dangerous, I think. Like, it's not good for your psyche, it's not good for the people that that you consider your loved ones. So yeah, I decided to channel those negative emotions into a song, and that's the result of it.
Gotcha. That's so great that you were able to do that, though. I mean, and look where you are now. You kind of came out of that on top, and you've got this beautiful song from just that opening line. It sounds amazing. So
Thank
yeah, I
I,
mean, this is gonna be great. I can't wait for it to come out.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Maybe we can talk again when it's out.
Absolutely, I'd like that very much.
Awesome.
So what do you enjoy the most about being a musical performer?
Oh, what do I enjoy the most? It's hard to tell, because for me, it's the beginning to end process. It's all of it. It's all a big symbiosis of amazing creative release. But I do love it when I get together with my producers in the studio and we start building this song from scratch. Like with Surrender, for example, when I wrote it on the piano, I then met up with my producers, and that's Matt Anthony and Kathy Sommer. We literally together in the studio create the music together from scratch. So they'll ask me, so what kind of feel do you think the song is? So I'm very much like, even though I'm not a music producer, I'm very much part of the whole process. And I'm telling them, I can freely tell them, look, I hear violins, I hear cello, I
Mm,
hear dark bass. And then they are amazing to pick up on my vision and give me the options to choose from. And that's how Surrender came about. And I think, to me, that is my favorite process of seeing your little projects, your little vision come to full life.
that's so
And then
cool.
being able to share it with the world. I mean, that's like the ultimate joy.
Right. And I for one am very thankful that you're sharing your gift with the world.
Thank you.
Yeah. What advice would you have for somebody that's just spreading their wings? They're brand new to all this. What do you think some advice to them would be?
Oh, so my advice would be to try and like, my first advice would be to try and block out the naysayers, block out the ones that tell you this is too hard, you will never gonna get there, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. Just try and quieten those voices, even if it's your own voice that's telling you, oh, I'm not sure I'm good enough. Ooh, because let me tell you something, we all begin somewhere. And when you start and you keep going, you keep growing. So there's no other choice. So if you think today you might not be good enough, uh, and it stops you from growing, then you've lost, right? But you might say to yourself, you know what? I'm doing this and I'm going to keep learning and I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to learn from the best and I'm going to practice my craft, and I will respect my talent enough that I will give it enough attention. Um, and then something has to come out of it. And you will get better and better and better. And if you practice for 2 years straight, of course you'll be better.
Right on. That is some perfect advice.
Yeah. I
I
mean, this is for every musician, that case. Everybody starts somewhere. And we're not born with perfect, okay, some people are born with perfect pitch, okay. But What I'm trying to say is that we're not born with a fully honed talent. Like, talent is one thing, and then if you don't work on it, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hard work will always win over talent.
Hard work will always win over talent. I like it. I like it a lot. So, with this last little part of the show, I'd like to allow you, if you would like, to tell the listeners where all your different social medias are and where they can follow along with you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I am very, very active on Instagram, and my handle there is Darja's Music. So it's Darjas Music. And the same goes for Facebook. I still haven't figured out how to use Twitter. Sorry, guys. But you can also find my previous works and music on my website, which is www.darjasmusic.com.
Easy peasy. I like it. And I'm going to put a link of that in the podcast description as well. That way people can just click on it and go straight to it. Easy peasy.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No
Thank you.
problem. Thank you for coming on the show today and talking to me. It's been an absolute blast. You got lots of good stories and you're an interesting person. Like, this has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time, even during these difficult times. And it's always nice to speak to a fellow creative.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. And I appreciate all the listeners who tuned in to check this out. Make sure that you click on the links and go to Darja's different social medias because she's got Surrender coming out. She's got Thinking About You. You definitely want to go hear these things. They're great, great, great music. You don't want to miss it. Get in on the ground level before she gets so big that she forgets all about us little people.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm sending you so much love, everyone.
Thank you, all the listeners out there. We really appreciate you. And make sure to tune in next time. We'll see you all later.
Stay safe.
Oh, now that was an awesome interview. Thanks so much for listening. You all are so great. And don't forget to head to Facebook, Insta, and Twitter and follow The Leo Effects. If you want to hear some comedy and ridiculous voices, check out Shattered Dungeons on YouTube and all other places podcasts can be heard. And you'll hear me voicing crazy characters, usually pretty terribly. So thank you so much. You all are the absolute best. And we will see you all on the next episode.